Hi everyone, welcome to Crafting Reviews with HYRR. Basically, have you read reviews? Today we are working on bookmarks and talking about a thriller that I was privileged to have the author reach out and ask me to read. It is called Blackout Girl by Amber Lee Lorraine, Larrain. So, Blackout Girl. What is it? Like, obviously, we're gonna guess blackout, right? So, there's this chick, and starting out, it starts out on a thriller. Like, I don't want to give away the beginning because it ends up playing into the end. But she's a mess. You know, she's a mess. So she's going to therapy, she's trying to get help, she's trying to get back on her way. And you know, it's honestly a really good book. I found there was a lot of thrills. It was a light suspense. I don't think it was meant to be like super heavy duty suspense, which was fine. This was exactly the kind of read I wanted at that point in time. But I also feel like if Amber went and made a secondary book with a little bit more bulk to it, this story, if she added to, would be really great. I found the beginning a little dry, a little slow. I got a little stuff in my eye. But honestly, it started picking up. I don't know if this was her first book written or if she had done others, but I feel like based off of her writing style, it was still pretty new. Though, by the end of it, she really had it. I kind of figured, because, you know, you read so much and then suddenly you're able to guess the plot, what was going to happen, and I was aligned with it, but she threw some curveballs in there, so even my prediction was not spot on. That was nice, because I was listening to my Kindle version of it, so, you know, monotone voice at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, the brain power's not there. So I'm sitting there like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen, and long and behold, in a way it happens, but not the way I thought. And then there were some curveballs thrown in, and I enjoyed that. That was really good. Look at this kitty, isn't that cute? So it wasn't that big of a book. I know it was a little under 300 pages. I'm trying to get my leg up. But it honestly, it read really well. Like, even if it was a 500-page book based off of her writing style and choice and actions of characters, I was impressed. It was good. I liked it. It felt like it went quick, but it didn't go quick. Oh, I gotta move the cat. Can I move the cat? I got one of these stickers way too close to the other, so the only viable option is to move the cat. So all in all, it was a really good book. I did enjoy it. The characters I found were both realistic and relatable. So you know how bad I am with names. The main female character, she has some issues, which brings up the trigger warnings. If you have issues with car accidents, death, little gory, like on a scale of 1 to 10 for gory, it was like a 2, if that. It was definitely more than 1, but it's close to a 2. Because of the fact, and this comes up multiple times in the book, the main female character is dealing with the guilt of her and her friend were drunk driving and the friend died. So really important you know that going in. So she's going through therapy, she's trying to rebuild her life, and it's realistic, it's honest. Amber does not draw on the fact of this grief and the issues with it, but she does highlight how these things affect other people. Like, for example, the best friend's boyfriend is in the story, and they were like a trio of girls. The third girl's in the story. So you can see from the story how this one person's death, how this main character's mistake affected so many people, and you see the guilt that it tore. And you see the guilt that the main character is going through and trying to work through. I thought that was very neat because of the fact something like that is traumatic. We're not going to sugarcoat it, and it does affect a lot of people. I really feel like you should know going in about that, because it does play such a big part. And that brings up the main character's therapist. So she goes to therapy, and the main character is envious of her therapist. She's got a giant rock on her hand. She seems like she's all put together. She seems like her and her husband are on a good place in life. And our main character is just envious, which, you know, that's understandable. We all want that kind of happiness and everything. But she ends up going and finding this guy online, and they start dating. And the issue is the guy's married. Now, I know. So the thing is, his wife is going to be his ex-wife, and she's stalking him. And he's trying to start this new chapter because it had been like a couple years since they got separated, but she just would not sign the divorce papers. So he starts building memories and things with our main female character, which then she tells her therapist, and her therapist is like, you know, you're not really in a good place. How cute are these? And maybe you shouldn't be dating because of that. Which, logically speaking, that makes sense, right? You're trying to get healthy. You don't need a complicated relationship that's complicated before it's even a relationship. Well, she tells her therapist that she's not dating. So she ends up still making a relationship with this guy. I'm wondering if I should put spoilers on this. I don't feel like I'm really spoiling anything because it's all within the first few chapters, but still. So she tells the therapist, no, I'm not dating the guy anymore. We're done. We're not even talking. And she's talking. So the therapist is starting to get unraveled. And it's a little odd. And then she tells her during a session that she's pregnant. The therapist, not the main female character. Which makes the main female character a little envious and upset too. So she has all these different problems going on. And now she has a stalker. So another trigger warning. And the funny thing is, you kind of get a feel that either this is a very serious stalker, or maybe there's multiple things going on. And honestly, that's a really big part in the book. I mean, still, you find out within a couple pages, but it does have a lasting effect. So, ghosties. Those were just some of the things that, oh, I can get one more on there, really helped make the book the book. I mean, this was a 4-star read for me. I give it like an 8, no, yeah, 8 out of 10. And honestly, because of how it was written and everything, I wouldn't mind doing another one. But I put her on the list for reading later. I just haven't put any books on there if she has any yet. I haven't even looked. So it's definitely worth the read. And if you're feeling like a light thriller, highly recommend it. There's not really too much, like, if I had to put a rating on it, I'd say PG-13, depending on the child. It definitely is an adult book, but there's not a lot of intimacy, and even the ones that do, it's like the closing curtain kind. So that's not a big worry. And the gore, they do talk about it, and she relives through some of her PTSD. But like I said, that's kind of more like a 2. So I would feel comfortable saying like PG-13 for young adults and adults. It's honestly not that bad. Well, thank you for joining Crafting Reviews. Maybe we'll actually get things posted a little bit more. It's been so hectic. But I do have a lot of books coming up, and Amber Lee, I'm not ever going to say this right. Larian? Go check out Blackout Girl. You're not going to regret it. It's a good read. Bye, guys.